So let's go.
Yeah, so could you tell me about the inner flow, what it means?
Yeah, I think we all know the inner flow somehow, some way, and the inner flow comes from, let's say, from the same source, which is not separated unit or source somewhere in the sky, but it is everywhere in each of us, which act through us as us, and we can feel it. You can feel it when you feel joy, peace, contentment, all these high quality feelings which come from deeper levels of your being. Then you are on your frequency, then you are connected with the source. I believe that, I know, and I can prove it, I will prove it now through this conversation, that there is really a source, there is some all that is, some consciousness, and each of us is connected to this, and each of us is exactly a part, a member, a fragment of this consciousness. And if each of us is through this the same, we are the same, each being, each everything. On one hand, on the other hand, we are all unique, because, let's say, the rays coming out from this source, which is the one for all of us, so the rays are unique. They have the unique frequency, and you have your unique frequency. I have my unique frequency, and that makes us different, and that is something which, let's say, send us to a different way of life. I mean, the practical life. So, and that is why somebody is trying, but the success will not come, and the other one will just, let's say, do the right things immediately to be successful, because somehow there is, something given already, even before the birth, I believe. And I can really prove it that very logically, actually, that there is the source, and this source has its will. And would you like that I will prove it?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay. It's very, I think, very easy and logical, because the one who asks, for example, the one who has to ask the question, what is the meaning of life? What is the purpose of my life? So this one actually was not born. This one was not born. The one who asked this question emerged after the being was born. After this body-mind was born. And the one who asked this question is identity, is a persona which emerged after there was somebody already born. This identity starts maybe from the second year of the child, later, sooner, that you start to feel there is an I and the others, so you can speak from the perspective of I, and the question, what is the purpose of my life, my I life, the being is not able to ask in the first weeks. And it is not because it doesn't have the words, it actually doesn't have this identity who will be able to ask these questions. And because this identity, this persona, is actually illusionary, it has its function here for this play game of reality, but it's illusionary. So the question, what is the purpose of my life, is actually an illusion. The source actually don't ask, the source knows. The source which emanates through us as we, as us, by us, already knows. So there is some predestination, mind would say, there is some predestination of our lives, in the sense there is some, let's say, something what the source, I would say, wants through us. And this is the inner flow. And if we are aligned with this inner flow, with this current, with this unique frequency, so also our practical life as the ordinary human with the identities and the personas flows smoothly. We are at the right time, on the right place, we speak with the right people, and you can very easily recognize it by these synchronicities which you can experience actually on the daily basis. And also by the feeling. If you feel joy, peace, contentment, and all these high quality feelings which come from, let's say, deeper level of your being, these are also indicators that you flow, you sail on your flow, on your waves, and we know it, we know this feeling. So yes, there is inner flow, and each of us is able to flow on its own flow in alignment with the source.
So we need to understand this this identity, this mind, and or remove it in order to find our inner flow.
Yes, understand is one part of the procedure. We need to understand and I would say even feel, because the identities is a complex of definitions first. You cannot feel something, or you cannot have an emotions without definitions. So first you need to know your definitions, you need to accept and feel the feelings, and even be able to read the feelings, to read and hear the messages of the feelings, because behind the feelings is always some message, and also just the thoughts. So this body-mind complex, yes, you need to understand this body-mind complex. The paradox is, who is the I who needs to understand this? If I say you need to understand this, there is something deeper, some observer, some conscious observer who is able to look at thinking, seeing, hearing, smelling, feeling, also how you say this physical aspects of sensing. I don't know if the body
touch.
I mean touching, but also you can feel something physically. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this way, all this could be observed and seen as that's not you, because you at the end are the aspect, the fragment of the hologram of the one, which the unique frequency is with the current. But to see the current, to feel the current, to flow on this current, on this flow, on this inner flow, you need to first recognize all, let's say, the stones or the obstacles.
Mm-hmm. Confront them and
confront them.
In order to understand them.
But confront them in the sense that you accept them, because confront them like, no, this is not me. No, this is a part of me with all aspects. You can see it, you can feel it. So all the feelings, also you accept the feelings. And through the feeling and through the understanding of the definitions which are behind the feelings, you actually accept it. And by accepting this, you, how you say it, you dissolve it. And the light, the inner light, the inner flow, the inner light can shine through you, and the inner flow can then flow through you, and you can flow on this inner flow in the practical life. So Yes, I am absolutely sure there is this inner source, inner energy, which is highly intelligent. You can say it's God, it's the one, it's the source of all, everything, I don't know. But we are that as different personas, but these personas, identities, are, let's say, just for the purpose of this game in the practical life. And the deeper purpose, let's say, you don't need to, from my point of view, you even don't need to ask about the purpose of your life. You can just let it reveal it.
By looking for your inner flow, by trying to accept your hindrances.
Exactly, by both ways, yes, by actually sailing on the inner flow, or how can I say it?
Yeah, floating on it.
Okay, by floating on the inner flow and parallelly at the same time by seeing the obstacles, the inner obstacles, the let's say destructive definitions, ideas which doesn't serve you anymore in the practical life, because the physical practical life is actually very nice mirror, very nice manifestations of your inner life, and the prior here is the inner life, the definitions, what do you think about who you are, who are the others? Are we really separate beings, or are we beings of the same source? So are we the one? Who is speaking here, for example, now? Are now here speaking to identities, to people, or just the one is speaking through us as separates? And sure, I hope you also now the true. I absolutely am sure there is only a game of the one who makes himself or herself as separated parts which now are speaking together like separated identities with the different perspectives, which makes the one very happy. I would say. So at the end, we are only one. And sure, it's sometimes hard to accept that you are me and I am you. On the superficial level, it's a challenge sometimes. But on the deeper level, it's just accept that we are the same source. We come from the same source, and we are it right now. So, and if you understand this, and if you feel this on the daily practical basis, suddenly all the games like competitions, like now I am here like ego and I need to fight for myself against the others, because we are very limited here and there are just limited sources, and if I don't get the source, the other will and then I will die or something like this. This is really, it goes really so deep that the ego, the negative ego can die. So then you change the basic rules, you change the fundament of living, of doing business, of relationships, everything. Just, it is so easy. Maybe many people understand this intellectually, but they don't go so deep to feel it and to live it. And this is something what I would like to promote more, to be able to feel it, to live it, to experience it. So,
to understand that they're fighting against themselves when they're doing it.
And
because everybody is one.
And exactly, and that there is another much better, easier, simple way by feeling this unifying source in all of us, which automatically brings us together like brothers and sisters, not like enemies, and so this.
Okay.
Okay.
I think it was